The Superpower of Purchasing, a presentation given at the Southeast Regional AHEAD Conference in May of 2017.
The purpose of this presentation is to explain how purchasing extends the accessibility of information and computing technology, making it a campus-wide issue at universities and colleges in the United States. Disability professionals need to know how they can influence their schools to improve access for their students. You shouldn't let 508 hit you. Use purchasing of ICT to generate an environment of growing superheroes at your institution. I'd like to give thanks to the Association of Higher Education and Disability, especially the North Carolina AHEAD. Why do colleges and universities need to buy accessible ICT products? Well, 508 has become an issue mainly because of the large amount of legal cases against prominent universities, which would include some of these featured here: the University of California, Berkeley, Montana, Florida State, Penn State, University of Maryland, Ohio State, Harvard, MIT, Youngstown State, and others. The resolutions that were featured at these schools include some of these points here: developing web accessibility policy and accompanying implementation and remediation plan, to provide training for staff, to review websites, e-learning platforms, and other information technologies, to ensure comparable access to computer labs, especially regarding provision of assistive technology, making web pages and instructional materials accessible requirements for IT procurement. They also included some of the following: identifying course readings before the start of classes, improving systems for personal readers when accessible versions were not available, replacing clickers, podiums, and displays, requesting accessibility of websites and ATMs of banks, and also accurate captioning for the deaf at events, classroom activities, and video education content. And today we're focusing on that one very small element in all those cases, which had to do with purchasing. The 508 is a federal law which applied to the federal government. However, it is a procurement law if you think about it. What we can learn is that 508 is going to apply to any institution in the country that receives the Tech Act grant, and that it is a matter of civil rights for individuals with disabilities. Access now! Never! Of course, a disability support services office can't do it all. You need a group of superheroes at your university or college to accomplish anything. And that's what this presentation is about. To quote the Department of Justice, covered entities under the ADA are required to provide effective communication regardless of whether they generate or communicate through print media, audio media, or computerized media, such as the Internet. Covered entities that use the Internet for communications regarding their programs, goods, or services must be prepared to offer those communications through accessible means as well. So what's in your hand? Do you use WCAG 2.0 as a standard? Do you realize it applies to information and computer technology, including web access development and software development? In most disability offices, you'll find an accommodation model, but 508 is an access model. Where does your office stand as far as implementing 508? Are you the advisor, the watchman, the soothsayer, or are you up to your neck in testing accommodations, letters of accommodation, and other DSS activities? Where is your place? What responsibility does the DSS office have? Well, 504 is about accommodation, and disability offices are about accommodation. However, 508 is delivering access right now up front regardless of whether you have a person who's disabled who could benefit from it at the moment. So is 508 the Department of Disability Services responsibility or purview?